Alright, I believe I have this working. Bought myself a new Canon. Very first real camera I've ever owned in my life. I've always had point and shoot and click and this and that, or just the simple smartphone. So I'm still trying to get used to it. Also the placing of the camera, all the doohickeys, all the buttons. I am lost in the sauce. I need a class. I took a bunch of video yesterday. I was at the gym, January 1st, leg day. It's a Monday for me, so it doesn't matter what day that was. I'm just glad the gym was open. And I hit it. I killed it. Loved it. I took a bunch of videos, and they were all just blurry. So, and I hate taking videos in the gym because I just don't like getting in the way of others. And that brings me to today's topic, is my pet peeves. I don't have it just happens to be, I wrote down 10, but I'm sure I have more. But these are some of my pet peeves I just cannot stand in the gym. And one of them, of course, as I just mentioned, getting in the way of others. Being that I'm bigger, and I'm not like I'm huge. I mean, I'm 215 right now, 218. I'm not huge, but if I don't watch where I'm going, like if I just step out and I turn around and I start walking without, I always look like I'm driving. I look before I step out. I can wipe someone out. And especially here in Japan, a lot of the folks, even if they're tall or skinny, they don't weigh anything close to me. 180 is like average or less in the world of Japan. So I don't like sitting there and getting in the way of others. So I won't bring my camera out unless I know that I'm not going to be in someone's way. So when I do bring you some leg workout stuff, you'll probably notice me in different color shirts or shorts or whatever. You're like, what's this dude doing? Is he changing in the middle of his workout? Is he, is he getting sweaty and has to go change? No. What I did is I'll show you what I do in a workout, and I'm going to try to put it together so you know that this is what I do in a single workout. It just happens to be I took video of different days of this workout, so I'm not in the way of others. I hate that. I cannot stand just getting in the way. I'll even sit there while I'm working out. I'll notice that there's a dude maybe behind me. He's trying to see the mirror, even though he's like, feet in the middle of the gym somewhere. He might be doing curls or something, and he's staying out of the way of others, but he's trying to see the mirror, and I just happen to walk up to grab some stuff, and I'm just doing some flexing and stretching, and I stood in the guy's way, and I'll move to the left or right to get out of their way. Please be aware that this is not your world, this is not your place. We have others around you, and try to be courteous. That's all. Standing too close. I'm always amazed how folks are not aware of them being too close to you. I'll be sitting there working out, and they'll just come walk up next to you, and you're like, I usually throw around some pretty decent weight, so if I have to drop it or adjust, I might wipe you out. So I'm sitting there doing, like, if I'm on a bench and I'm sitting there doing presses and I have anything over 100, you might not want to be next to me doing whatever the hell you're doing. There's lots of mirrors across the front of that gym. So don't sit there too close to others. You should be aware of that. I've had people where I'm working out, and I mean, there's like, the gym's open, and I'll be working out on a bench, and a dude will walk up and be right in front of you doing curls or something with their ass right there in front of you, where I could lean forward and touch them. And I'm like, really? I don't understand that. I'm always aware again of my surroundings. I don't know, maybe that's just an Army thing where I'm here on an Air Force base. I don't know. But people only look right here. This is it. They don't look here, and they definitely don't look there. Probably one of my biggest pet peeves is putting the weights back. If you're strong enough to go get the weight, go put the shit back. I have no idea why people will sit there and work out and then just walk away. Especially on a military base. You are so lucky to have a free gym. Well, free. You are donating your time. You are working, for the government. You are doing all these great things for trying to, protect and all the works and everything. I got you. I did it too, 20 years. But this is still a free gym. This will be something that when you retire, you will always be able to use a gym on a base, free of charge. So at least you can do is put the weights back. And then don't just be a turd and just put them back. Yesterday, and it amazed me, just yesterday, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to sit there and I'm using, I just wanted to do some pumps, even though it was a leg day, I just wanted to do some pumps. So I sat there and I was doing a quick set of dumbbell curls. So I'm sitting there, and it's just a superset. So I'm doing light stuff, 25s, 30, 35s, 40s. So by the time I got to 40s, I picked up the 40s, I stood back. I don't do them in the front of the mirror. I always step back about, a good 5 or 6 steps so people can walk in front, grab weights, move out. I don't pay attention to what they're doing. Sure enough, a turd walks over and puts 55s. He was laying down on the bench doing presses or shoulders or something, and he puts the 55s where my 40s are supposed to go. So I get done, I go, I'm looking down like, I didn't see him come in and go out. I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. Like I said, paying attention to me, not paying attention to you. And I was sitting there going, and so I had to make an announcement. I don't know who put these here, but do these look like 40s to you? So I dropped my weights, I pick up their weights, and the 50 have to be, we have a set where it goes from the 20s, the 5s, all the way up to 55s on the ends. Well, the 50s happen to be on that side already. So he was too much of a turd to walk that shit back to the other side. So I took his weights, walked back to the other side, and sure enough, there was other fucking weights in the 50s. So I dropped that motherfucker there, I picked up the 45s that were in the 50s, I walked back up to the other side where they belong, put the 45s back, put the 40s where they're supposed to be, and I just looking around the gym, and the gym kind of stopped. And they were like, sorry, But you shouldn't be like that. What the hell are you doing? Put your shit back. And also, when you're sitting there and you have a rack of weights, the lighter the weight, the higher on that rack it goes, the heavier the weight. So you will not believe how many times I've walked up to the rack and there's a fucking 100 up here somewhere, and I'm like, what the hell did you do? How strong are you to where are you fucking just 9 feet tall and that just happens to be the low for you? Put that shit down. If somebody walked up and put the lower weight, well, you put your weight down, you grab the small weight, you put up top, you put yours back where it belongs. That's all it takes. I do it all the time. Please be aware of where the weights go and in the proper placing. Most of the time it's marked, so you don't have to be a rocket science. You just have to go sit there and fucking put it in the right spot. Like I said before, standing in the way of others and hogging up the mirrors. I love that shit. I just love people loving the mirrors. Love them fucking mirrors. They'll be sitting there doing curls. When I walk in the gym, the whole front of the mirror is used up. Now the gym is set up kind of screwy. So some of that has to go because the people who set the gym up didn't know what the hell they were doing. Like I stated, the light weights go from the outside to the heavy on the inside. Well, so then you have folks who are using light weights or doing whatever the hell they're doing in the center hogging the mirror. So if I try to sit there and get to a bench where the 100s go up to the 150s, that's in the center, of where the mirrors are according to the room. So when you're sitting there and you just have people doing all kinds of stuff, hogging up the mirrors, I don't get it. When I go up there and I do any of my arm stuff, and I like to warm up with just some dumbbells, I always stand up to the far left, the far right. Now, of course, when I start, I just do lightweight. I'm just trying to get some blood through it. 5 pounds, I'm sitting there, sitting in the rotator cuffs and getting blood moving and stretching and rotations and just stretching. What the hell do I need to be in the center of the gym for? I'm not ready for that weight yet. I'm not ready to do whatever exercise I'm doing, shoulders or chest. So why would I be standing there? But yet, here you always have guys doing that instead of being out of the way so someone else can get in there, because I want to be over there warming up for a while. I'm old. It'll take me a while. So it'd be rude of me to stand in the center, right? Get your ass to the side where you belong until you're ready, and then you hit it and you get the fuck out. That's all I'm asking. I do it. Can you do it, please? All right. Stinking. I don't understand that. If you're a smoker, you're gonna stink. So putting on your 9 gallons of foo-foo piss of, whatever, is not gonna cover it up. You'll just smell like panther piss with smoke. That's just the way it is. You're just gonna suck. You might be able to Febreze yourself a little bit, I don't know, or put a half a spray of whatever famous armpit stuff they got out there to make you smell better. But that's all. That's all you're gonna be able to do. You know, if you're not using deodorant, you're not showering, or you just happen to be a person that just stinks because, you know, like I said, you were smoking or you eat stuff that permeates through your pores, you got to be conscious of that. You're now in a small environment and you're rubbing up against folks and you're stinking and it's awful. I'm always aware of that, and that's one of the main reasons why I always trim my hair. People always I laugh when people say, why don't you have any hair on your body? Well, I trim it. I trim it back. Because when you sweat, it gets trapped in your hair and you stink. So to alleviate some of that, I trim. I keep things all man-hedged up. You know, we won't go into all the details, even though you might like it. CrossFit Olympic moves in the gym. At our gym, we have an area where you can do all that shit next door. Yet you will have some dude, it's usually a guy, that will sit there doing kettlebell throwing this or doing some type of a snatch in the front where all the benches are at. So some dude could be sitting there doing, you know, chest presses with dumbbells, and he's sitting there doing some shit with a kettlebell or a fucking weight, and he can lose his grip on this shit and wipe the other dude out. Or how about wiping out a mirror? You got mirrors and I don't understand this throwing kettlebells around a fucking mirror. There's no mirrors next door. You don't need a mirror for kettlebells. Take your ass into the proper space to do your work. It's made for you. They went out of their way, they spent money. Here's this nice open space so you can do all that. Now, I'm not hating on CrossFitters, okay? So don't get that wrong. I'm glad you're in the gym. I'm glad you're working out. When you're not doing Olympic lifting, CrossFit kind of stuff, you're welcome to come to the gym and lift some weights. Just as much as I go over there when I'm ready to do squats or any kind of Olympic lifting, or where I push the sled back and forth, and there's machines over there. So I'll go over there and do the stuff I want to do, but I stay out of your way. I don't do stupid shit. I don't sit there and try to do bench press stuff. You know, you can take the bar and do bench work from the floor, or you can sit there with dumbbells from the floor. I don't sit there and go into your area and do that kind of stuff, because you'd be looking at me like, what the hell are you over here, dude? So take that shit out of the gym. Think of others, the safety of others, and take that into an area that it belongs in. Giving advice when you clearly have no idea. I try not to give advice because I'm not a trainer. I've never went to school. You know, I'm just somebody who's been working out forever. You know, so I've learned a few things, and I like to go on you know, YouTube and different channels, and I like to watch what others are doing, and I listen to what they're doing, so I can pass you some ideas and tips. Doesn't mean I know what the hell I'm talking about. So I don't try to do that. Now, when I see something that is obviously incorrect, or you're going to hurt yourself, or you might just need a different viewpoint, I'll be happy to sit there and give you some information. But I'll sit there and try to pretend I'm an expert. I'm not. People look at me and they because I'm in shape, they go, oh, he knows what he's talking about. No, that doesn't mean shit. I found out what works for me. I found out how to eat for me. I found out that I need to sleep better. I fixed that. And, you know, I found out how to work out correctly. There is so much fuckery going on in the gym where people are doing things. There was two guys yesterday. They're doing an incline bench press. They lifted their ass so far off the chair, they might as well just do a flat. And then when they were pushing out, instead of just coming straight, they push and move up. Well, when you do that, you're now going into your shoulder. You're not in your chest anymore. And they're like, God, my shoulders hurt. Well, no shit. No. So when I see something obvious like that, I can come up and go, and I don't make them feel bad. I go, hey, I don't know if you know, but you're lifting your back off. You should press it actually into the bench. And then I show them, and I'll pick up their weight, and I show them how to lift it so they get an idea. And then they go, oh. And then when they sit there and they lift it, they all of a sudden figure out it's in the chest now. Wow, my shoulder doesn't hurt. No, really. So I'll do something like that. I'll go out of my way, but there are so many people where I'll hear this, oh, what you're doing there is wrong. I'm like, wow, no. and they're looking at them because the other person has absolutely nothing. They might have just got in there and their friend was kind of working out. They have a couple little, bumps that they call muscles, and so their friends listen to them. And I guess we all start out that way. But you are so lucky in today's world to have YouTube. There's so many people out there giving free advice that actually know what they're doing. You got to get out there and figure it out. You should go out there and find somebody that you like physically that you want to emulate. And then from there, you'll use that person as a lead pad to somebody else, and then you'll find yourself going to all kinds of stuff. I look at the females that work out, that Miss Olympia, Iris, she is strong. She could put muscle on her frame. I'm pretty sure she could put muscle on my frame. So I'll sit there and watch some of her stuff. There's a lot of folks out there that have a lot of knowledge. And in today's world, it's all there, laid out for you. Sometimes you have to really pay attention, especially if you're watching someone like Kai Green. He'll be working out stuff, and he'll be holding things a certain way or twitching a certain way, and then he'll look at the camera. Did you catch that? And he won't tell you what it is. So you really got to pay attention and emulate those movements exactly the way they do it. And it's funny because like somebody will be sitting here doing stuff for the upper shoulders, and all of a sudden their heads down, or they're leaning a certain way, where you can actually sit there and get some trap action. If you sit there and you move your head and you squeeze the top. Dana Bailey, she doesn't do anything for her traps, but she has beautiful traps. Take a look at what she does for her shoulders, and then when she gets up to the top, the way she squeezes, and you're like, there's the trick. That's how she did it. So it's all out there. Don't be paying attention to your battle buddy who doesn't know anything. If he happened to go to school and he was, that way and he knows what he's talking about, that's different. But if he's just a bro of science kind of guy, I would, I'd go somewhere else, seek some knowledge. Fitness gym coaches that look like they themselves need a coach. Here in Japan, the folks just don't have much to choose from. So sadly, they get what they can get. And there's people in the gym, and there's they all look horrible. There's a couple females that look pretty good, and they've done things. So when you sit there and you say fitness by so-and-so or whatever by so-and-so, you can tell that they know what they're doing. They have the look. And then if you ask them, they'll tell you and show you the other people that they have taken to the finish line, which could be anything. They wanted to look good for the beach, they wanted to look good for a show. But most of the time, these people look horrible. And they went to a class, they got a couple tips, then they went out there and found some type of a cookie cutter program, and they give it to you for a price. So what they got for free, they're charging you. And it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. That's the thing. Now, if you're doing absolutely nothing before, and then now you're lifting things, and then you kind of eat better, of course you're going to make some gains. So you're going to think they did that for you. No, you could have done that on your own. Google it. Go Google some stuff. I want to do this. There's MyFitnessPal that helps you with the food your intake. People just don't know what they're doing, and that's why they go and pay others. Now, don't fear coaches because of the idiots that are out there. Just be aware that there's a lot of them that are out there using you so that they basically can get their goals, buy the supplements because they want to go on or get on stage, or they want to just, make money. That's it. That's the biggest thing. They want to make money. So don't just go get a random coach because you're lost in the sauce. Do your research. I do wish you luck in all that. Oh yes, the dreaded curls in the squat rack. Why are you there? Why are you there? There are so many places that you can do curls in the gym, yet you're over in the squat rack. I don't get it. We have Smith machines where you can do your shoulder shrugs. Some people like to do free weight shoulder shrugs. I got that, and that's fine because usually you're doing 3 or 4 sets and you're out of there. And usually when they're doing it in a free weight machine kind of setup, they're stronger. They're doing 3 plates, 4 plates. Even though we have a machine that you can do the exact same thing. Is it a free weight? No, but you can angle your body differently to get all the different parts of the shoulder that you want, or the traps. So I don't see why you need to be over there. I try it, like, again, why are you in the way of others? Brings me back to that first pet peeve. I just don't like being in the way. And now we have guys doing curls or just assed up exercises in that area. If the gym is empty and you wanted to go over and do a quick set of curls, that's gonna, then you go into shoulders. Maybe you're doing 2 body parts and you don't want to move from one part to the other. I'd say go for it. But here at our gym, especially specific times, it's jacked up. It's full. There is sack on top of sack in there. And you should think of others. If you want to do curls, tons of places to do it. Like I mentioned before, right next door is a whole room for CrossFitters. And they got kettlebells, and they got dumbbells, and they got all kinds of stuff. Take your ass over there, do some curls. Have a nice day. Men who cut the shirt sides out of their shirts, especially if you have no body underneath it, and then you have nothing but nipple infractions. Nipples hanging out all over the place. I hate that. I hate when mine comes out. I have the little string things, and I'm always adjusting myself because no one needs to see that. I don't care that I look good. Don't care. I don't care for 49-year-old people who are like, God damn. No, you don't need to see my nipple. It's not right. It's it's not there for the only time you should be seeing my nipple is if I'm on stage, and that's just the uniform of the day. I'm on the beach, I'm at the pool, not when you're in the gym. And on the wall, most gyms, military, have exactly what you should be doing. And we have a lot of infractions. Now, most of them don't bother me. I don't give a shit. They show that the girl shouldn't be wearing the shorty shorts. I don't care. I like shorty shorts. I wear shorty shorts. Girls showing the midsections. If you're, in shape enough, and normally you are, because you're wearing something that's showing your midriff. So, there have been a few that have the little poof that hangs over. They think they're all sexy. Whatever. But it doesn't bother me as much as the skinny guy with the cut-off shirt and this hangs down the sides. Like, I don't know. To me, it looks like they put on one of those little apron things before they're going to eat crabs. They don't want to get it on them. It's just horrible. It looks horrible. So, stop. Just stop that. Put on a real shirt like this. Just get a real shirt. Something that covers you up. What got me started working out is I wanted to look good in normal shirts. This is an extra large shirt. It's tight. It looks good. When I'm walking around, you see biceps through it, you see shoulders, you see traps, you see arms, you see my back. If you're doing it right, you don't have to cut out half your shirt so people can see your shit. It shows through. So, get yourself right. All right, I guess that'll do it. I hope I got you thinking. This is a new year, so when you go to the gym, try to think of others. Try to make it a happy event for everyone. So, this is a whole place that we're supposed to go to vent our frustrations and use that energy in a positive manner to build muscles and get in shape. Not there to piss off others. You want that? Go to Facebook. Go to all these other places where people are posting memes on how much their life sucks because you have it better. And I feel so sorry for all you. Not. So I hope to see you all in the gym. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a fitness model. All I'm asking is for you to get in better shape. It's for you. It's for you. It's not going to help me. It's for you, and it's going to help your family. You're going to be there longer, hopefully, unless you have some underlying health condition, which, whatever. But you're not helping it by being a fat bastard. So, go to the gym. Do some cardio. Eat a little better. And and have yourself an outstanding 2018. I'll talk to you later.